YouTube, what's happening? It's your boy Penny LS1 checking in once again. Man, it is 103 degrees. The sun is trying to go down, so I'm in the garage trying to get some work done. Let me show you what I'm working on today. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these AC lines crimped. Like I said, this is for the cutlass, so I do have my fittings where I want them, but the condenser is not the same size, thickness wise, as far as mounting, because I have the factory mounts for the Monte Carlo, and these are too big to hold it. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get it mounted in there. I actually Googled, I did a quick search for cutlass condenser mount, and they all popped up with that same one for the Monte Carlo. So who knows, maybe that's an aftermarket. I mean, obviously it's an aftermarket condenser, so it doesn't have the same mounting hardware. So we'll make it work. So let me give y'all a quick rundown on all the fittings that I bought. Now, everybody's maybe different. The size wise, they'll all be the same because the hoses are all the same. So we'll start with the hoses. I did actually order the kit from Vintage Air. I'll put the part numbers in the description and links to where I got everything. Now, this Vintage Air kit is a universal kit, and the only thing I'm actually going to end up using out of the kit is just the hoses, because all those fittings right there, although they fit, they just don't have the right angles that I need. So I got all my 3 hoses. I got my 6, my 8 hose, and my big boy 10 there. So we definitely got enough hose length to work with. And I had to buy this adapter. This is going to mount to the back of the compressor. Keep in mind, this adapter it can mount either way. It's not like the sanding ones where it only can go on one way. So you want to be careful and make sure you put the 10 on the innermost side towards the engine, because this is the 10, this is the 8. Okay, so you will need this if you're running custom lines. If you get the factory lines, they'll screw right into the condenser, compressor, because the factory lines actually have the lines crimped onto this, and then you're just using this with the little these little washers. Actually, I don't even think you need these washers with the factory one. I think it uses O-rings, but we'll figure that out when I get to that. I'm just gonna do a dry mock-up. So this is my 10. These are 135 degree, so they're gonna come off like this. I'm gonna have both of those. I opted not to use the 135 with the port because it interfered, because the way they mount, the 10 was touching this one. So I switched and got a straight, which will come right off the condenser. That's going to replace this port. You don't need a port for the 10, a service port, because the 10 service port is actually on the dryer itself, which will be, let me see, which one is it? It's this one right here. Matter of fact, there's Amazon, FedEx, somebody pulling up right now, hopefully with my package. So anyway, so we're gonna run the service port up front for the 8 line. Service port for the 10 is on here, and we're gonna run 2 135s off the back of the compressor. Now for the hot line, or liquid line, I think is what it's called, I got a 90 that's gonna come off the dryer, go straight to the condenser, and I'm running, oh, here it is, that one. The thing with this is the fitting on the line, the hard line that's coming off of the evaporator, it's an 8. The nut is an 8, even though the line is a 6. So I did a test crimp earlier just to get a hang of the tool that I'm gonna need, or that I'm using to make these crimps. So for those of y'all who are wondering what the tool is, I'll put I'll put the link. I got this one from Amazon. Vintage Air makes the kit like this, but it's, obviously it's gonna be priced higher than Amazon kit, but this is what it is right here. It's basically a hydraulic hand pump. You can get one that mounts in a vise, but if you mount it in the vise, then you won't be able to use it under the hood. So this one works better, and it comes with all the dies. So let me I'm gonna mock up one real quick. We'll get it crimped. Now I still was on the fence. I'm gonna show you real quick once I mock it up. I was on the fence on running a 90 off the dryer for the 10 line or the straight. and I'll show you both here in a second. So let me get that mocked up. Let me go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna mock these up, and then I'm gonna crimp. I'm probably gonna crimp the 10 line first. Get that one out the way. All right, so I got everything where I want it. This is what I was talking about with this 90. On the 10 line, you can see how close it is to the fitting on the compressor. So that'll be a real short line, probably too short in case I ever had to take the compressor off and set it to the side. Won't have much slack without having to disconnect the line. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just run this straight one. And I'll give y'all the sizes here in a second, but as far as these nuts go, because some of these are different than the lines. So if I run the straight one on here, so then I can at least make a loop like that. So at least it won't be so short. Because you know the factory one comes all the way like this. So as far as sizes go, this is a size 12 nut, but this is a 10 hose fitting crimp. This back one right here is an 8 nut, but this is for the 6 line. The two coming off the compressor, this is the 10, so this is a 10-10, and then this is the 8-8. So these are the same size. They're not a step down like this one, coming from a 12 to a 10. And then if you can see, okay, see I got my service port here on the top line on the condenser. Had a hard time getting this one to thread on too. So I'm trying to get them snugged up so that way when I get my hoses, I got enough length. I don't want to make the hoses too short because the thing ain't threaded all the way in. So we'll get this one, but I think the one I want to make first is the 10 line, since it's right here. So let me get my crimper set up. I'm actually going to do it right here. That way you can get an idea of how convenient it is if you need to make a repair or custom create a line on the fly. So let me go grab it real quick. Okay, so we all set up. I got my number 10 die in the crimper. I just cinched it down to where it just kind of grabs it. See, it slides a little bit, but it got a little grip on it. And there we go. Got my 10 hose. Now there's a hole on the side of the fitting. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna take it out. Oh, you can see it right there. Hold on, let me loosen it up for y'all. I'm gonna show you. See that hole right there? That's so you can see the hose. When you stick the hose in there, you can actually see it. You can see the lettering and you can see the hose. So that way you want to make sure it's seated and it doesn't back out while you're crimping. So let me try to get this one crimped up real quick. It's Friday night, going down. Me. It's Friday night. Got it closed, yep. Just gonna crimp on down. Now you'll feel it get tight. You don't want to over crimp it, but I think with this machine you can't, because the dies will actually touch and then you can't crimp anymore. All right, so I got a lot of tension there. Back it off and pull a pin out. Let's see how we did. Not too bad. Not bad at all. See that hole? That's what I'm talking about right there. You want to make sure the hose is fully seated up here, and that's what this hole is for, so you can see it if it backs out. Now my letters got offset a little bit, but I was watching it the whole time. Give it the old snug pull test, just like when you're making your battery cables. So that's good to go. That's my straight. So now what I'm doing, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on the car, and then we'll run it how we want it, measure. And this kit actually came with some hose cutters too, so then I'll just cut it off where I need it. So let me, can y'all still see that? Let me bring y'all in a little bit closer. I think I got a silver Sharpie somewhere, not too much, but so it's gonna loop like this. I guess that'd be all right. Hell, that look almost like the factory one, to be honest. So then we want it, I think I wanted it to be shorter than that, but. So first I'm gonna mark it to cut it, and then I'll mark it for orientation. Let's cut it right here. All right, so I got my little mark on there. Let's cut it right there. Not bad for some Amazon cutters. All right, so we got plenty of holes left over in case we need to make another one if I screw this up. Got a nice flush cut. So now we're just gonna feed it in here like this. And we wanna rotate it. I need to tighten this up because this is moving with my wrench. I don't need this smooth. Get this tightened up real quick. There we go. That way that doesn't move. So that's not bad. It's a little bit bigger than I wanted it, but I can have it where it comes down. No, we don't want it to go too far down. Because once you put, well, the good thing about these fittings, they swivel. So while you're tightening it up, you can actually swivel it, because I don't want that sticking up that far. So we're gonna have it kind of like that. Guess I could. I'm gonna see if I can make it shorter, y'all. Hold on. Like I said, I got plenty of holes. I'm cutting it right here, bending. All right, that looks better. All right, yeah, that looks better. It's shorter. Oh man, the camera shut off. Camera shut off. The temperature thing popped up. So anyway, I made a couple more cuts. Got the hose shorter. I think I'm gonna roll with that length, as you can see. And then I marked the fitting and the hose with a Sharpie for the orientation. So now when I crimp it, it should stay the way it is. Yeah, I can do it, but I'm gonna take this one off though. Do it right here. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. So I marked it right there. So when I crimp it, I want to try to keep that line. Cinch it down so it'll hold it in place. Make sure I can see my line over here. Should be all right. Still lined up. I might be a little too far to the top, but I don't know. We'll see. Bottomed out. Okay. Open it up. Not bad. Still got the hose all the way up there, and I stayed on my mark as best I could. Y'all see the sun coming down? I told y'all 104 degrees, and now the sun is setting, shining right at me. So let's put this on here and see if it better work. All right. Rotate it around. Oh yeah, I think we got action, baby. Oh yeah, definitely got action. Your boy made his first AC line from scratch. Look at that. Oh man, it might be too short. The bend is might be all right. It got a little kink in it. I don't know. Okay, so it's on there, but right here it kind of kinks a little bit, not much, but we'll see. But that's it for that one. I think I'm gonna do this one next, since that's just a simple straight. It's gonna curve a little bit because it's got to come to here. Wait, is that the one? No, this the 8 line. The 6 line is going to this bottom fitting down here. So let me grab my 6 line. We'll get that one set up. All right, so I got my 6. I went ahead and just crimped that one off camera. And then I'm gonna run it right here to this 90. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all the sizes of everything here in a second. Just want to try to get some of this stuff crimped up before I lose my light. Up like this. Okay. Did I cut that all right? Yeah. All right, so the camera keeps cutting off because of the heat, but I've got it orientated. I'm about to crimp the 90 in on there. So I got my I got my 10 and my 6 line all mounted up. Now I just got to do the 8. So like I said, I was going to tell y'all what sizes these are. I mentioned it a couple times, but just so we're clear, this is an 8 nut, but this line, the liquid line, is a 6 line. So you have to get if you're running anything other than the factory lines, if you're making your own, you need a 8 nut down to a 6 line. That's what this fitting is. This is an 8, this is a 6. So then you got your line, then you come over here to the bottom of the condenser. This is just a straight 6 to 6. The upper, so I put my port, service port. This is gonna be a 8 to 8. And that's gonna run to this fitting down here. All right, YouTube. So I'm about 95% done, but I made a couple of mistakes. I'm gonna show you real quick. I might have to redo one line, but I got 2 extra fittings that might work out better than what I actually ended up doing. So let's take a look. So I got everything connected. Now the 10 line, like I said, it's got like a slight kink. I shouldn't have cut it. That last little piece I cut off, probably I should have left it, but the phone kept cutting off, so y'all missed some footage. It's so hot the phone kept cutting off. But what I may do, since I still have some more holes and I have 2 extra fittings for the 10, so I have this 90 that'll go right here. So picture that 90 right there, and then this 90 coming off of here. As y'all can see, the sun is saying holla at your boy. So but now I'm gonna finish this up tomorrow, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the 90 on here and the 90 on here, since I have those 2 extra fittings, and make a short line right there. Okay, that was an epic failure. Yeah, it's not gonna line up right like this. So we're gonna stick with the other hose. I'm just gonna redo it and get rid of that kink. But I think we did all right for our first shot at making our own AC lines. Now the true test is gonna come when I do my my pressure test to see if they hold pressure, make sure I ain't got no leaks. Then we'll know for sure if I did a good job or not. And for those that are asking, I do have a new orifice tube that actually came with the accumulator dryer, whatever y'all call that. See, it's right there. So I do have a new orifice tube. We'll put that in there, but yeah, we're gonna stick with this line. But I'm gonna redo it tomorrow and get rid of that, make it a little bit longer so I can get rid of that kink. So the sun is gone. All right, man, we'll check back in with y'all tomorrow. All right, we next day. I laid down this satin black radiator on the radiator cover, the mount for the harness fuse panel or relay, and then I repainted the air intake tube. I put the new dryer on. I painted the bracket. I'm waiting for it to dry. Bracket for the dryer. So I got the new one on. I think I'm gonna rock with it like this. I got the blower motor back in, got everything connected. I just gotta figure out where these wires go. I know power, ground, and then not sure where each one of these, I think one's a dark green, one's a light green. I know they run off this switch here, so we'll figure that out. And I just gotta do one more crimp on this, throw the radiator in. So I'll make another video with everything back in, because while I got this apart, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the back where it's supposed to be. I have a 45-degree fitting to put that on an angle, and we'll get everything buttoned up. So I want to thank everybody for rocking with your boy. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell. Check me out on Instagram at PennyLS1. And until next time, Penny LS1, holla at your boy.